Imagine being taken from your life, imprisoned in a tiny room for 15 years, with no explanation, and then being set free only to uncover that your release is just another part of a cruel game. Welcome to Old Boy, a film that takes us on a journey through despair, vengeance, and the devastating consequences of truth. Directed by Park Chan-wook, Old Boy opens with a cryptic and suspenseful scene. Oh Dae-soo, a bedraggled man, holds another man by his tie, dangling him over the edge of a rooftop. He demands answers, but before we learn more, the story rewinds. The year is 1988. Oh Dae-soo is a regular businessman, flawed but ordinary. He's at a police station, drunk and belligerent, causing a scene. His friend Yu Hwan bails him out, but before Dae-soo can make it home to celebrate his daughter's birthday, he disappears. His last memory? A sudden abduction on a rainy street. When Dae-soo regains consciousness, he finds himself in a small, windowless room. The walls close in on him like a coffin. The door has no handle, and his only connection to the outside world is a television. Through the TV, he learns that his wife has been murdered, and worse, he's the prime suspect. His daughter, barely a child, is now alone, and he's powerless to reach her. The years crawl by. Dae-soo is fed the same dumplings daily, and the monotony is soul-crushing. Each time he tries to resist or escape, he's subdued by gas that floods the room. His captors even go so far as to hypnotize him, manipulating his memories. This isolation isn't just physical, it's psychological warfare. To cope, Dae-soo transforms himself. He exercises obsessively, turning his rage into strength. He trains by punching the walls and imagines fighting his captors. Slowly, he begins to dig a tunnel with a pair of chopsticks, a futile effort, yet one that keeps hope alive. Then after 15 long years, Dae-soo is released without warning. He's placed inside a suitcase on a rooftop, surrounded by freedom that feels alien. A stranger hands him a wallet full of cash and a phone, but no answers. Dae-soo's first steps into the world are disorienting. His hair is long, his demeanor feral, and his soul burdened by years of solitude. He stumbles into a sushi restaurant, where he meets Mido, a kind and curious young chef. She offers him food, but Dae-soo shocks her by requesting live octopus, devouring it raw in a desperate display of vitality. Mido senses Dae-soo's pain and invites him into her home. Though he's initially wary, their connection begins to grow, offering Dae-soo a fragile tether to humanity. Dae-soo's first lead comes in the form of taste. The dumplings he was fed daily in captivity are seared into his memory. He samples dumplings from various restaurants until he tracks them to the delivery service that supplied his prison. Inside the prison, Dae-soo confronts the guards and its manager. In a fit of rage and desperation, he forces answers out of them, but the true mastermind remains a mystery until Dae-soo receives a phone call. The voice on the other end belongs to Lee Woo-jin, the man behind it all. Woo-jin taunts him, telling Dae-soo that if he can uncover the reason for his imprisonment within 5 days, Woo-jin will kill himself. If not, the consequences will be devastating. In one of cinema's most iconic sequences, Dae-soo fights his way through a hallway filled with guards armed only with a hammer. The fight is brutal, claustrophobic, and raw, a single-take masterpiece that embodies Dae-soo's relentless will to survive. This isn't just an action scene, it's a symbolic representation of his struggle. Each guard he defeats is another barrier between him and the truth. But the closer he gets, the more it becomes clear that the answers he seeks might destroy him. Dae-soo's investigation leads him back to his high school, where he uncovers a painful memory. As a teenager, he accidentally witnessed Woo-jin engaging in an incestuous relationship with his sister, Soo-ah. Dae-soo mentioned this to a friend, and the rumor spread like wildfire. Soo-ah, unable to bear the shame, took her own life. For Woo-jin, this moment defined his existence. He held Dae-soo responsible for his sister's death and dedicated his life to plotting a revenge so devastating it would break Dae-soo's very soul. Meanwhile, Dae-soo and Mido's relationship deepens. They share intimate moments and fall in love, but their happiness is short-lived. Woo-jin reveals the horrifying truth. Mido is Dae-soo's daughter. This revelation is the culmination of Woo-jin's revenge. Just as Dae-soo's words tore his family apart, Woo-jin has orchestrated a similar tragedy for Dae-soo, ensuring that his love for Mi-do is tainted by unbearable guilt. Devastated, Dae-soo confronts Woo-jin, begging him not to reveal the truth to Mi-do. In a shocking act of desperation, Dae-soo cuts off his own tongue as a gesture of penance. This moment is visceral, raw, and heartbreaking. A man reduced to utter submission in the face of his enemy's cruelty. Satisfied, Woo-jin agrees to keep Mi-do in the dark. But Woo-jin's own pain lingers. As he leaves, he plays a recording of Sua's voice, bringing himself to tears. Consumed by his own guilt and grief, Woo-jin shoots himself in an elevator, ending his life. In the film's final moments, Dae-soo seeks out the hypnotist hired by Woo-jin. He begs her to erase his memories of Mi-do's true identity, hoping to live without the crushing burden of the truth. The hypnotist agrees, but the results are left ambiguous. In the snow-covered finale, Dae-soo and Mi-do embrace. While Mi-do smiles, Dae-soo's expression darkens, hinting at the inescapable weight of his trauma. Has he truly forgotten, or is he doomed to carry this secret forever? Oldboy is a tragic exploration of revenge, memory, and the cyclical nature of violence. Woo-jin's revenge consumes him, while Dae-soo's quest for answers leaves him broken. The film asks, is vengeance ever worth the cost? Can we escape the consequences of our past? With its shocking twists, unflinching violence, and masterful storytelling, Oldboy remains a cinematic masterpiece that forces us to confront uncomfortable truths about human nature. And that's Oldboy, a film that leaves no viewer unscarred. What did you think of its shocking twists and emotional depth? Let us know in the comments, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell for more in-depth recaps. This is Frame by Frame, signing off. Until next time, stay curious and keep exploring the frames that shape our stories.